Hey everyone, welcome to our live stream. I'm Alfred,
Summerine.
and this is our first live stream of the year, 2019. Woo! So basically in this live stream, we're going to go over a recap of our trip to CES. I went to CES, in case you didn't know, last week. It was really fun. I have some cool things to say. And then we have some cool announcements in it. So with that, I guess let's get to it.
Yeah.
So, in case you don't know, CES is the Consumer Electronics Show. It happens every year. It's been going on for I think almost 40 years at this point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it happens in Las Vegas at the beginning of every year. About 180,000 people go to Vegas just for this conference. And it's where all the big tech companies show off their new stuff. So, Samsung showing off some cool TVs, Google showing off Google Assistant, and then all the smaller companies just showing what they're doing and the cool stuff that they'll be releasing later in the year. So I spent 2 days in Vegas for CES, roaming the floor. In those 2 days, I was checking my steps on my Apple Watch, and I walked like 20 miles in 2 days, which explains why my feet hurt afterwards. But while I was roaming CES, I met with a lot of great partners of ours. I met with Snips.ai, got to meet them for the first time. I'd never met them before. We spoke for a little bit about some things we're going to be doing, such as the Arm DevDay that we'll talk about later on, as well as some other things later this year, which we'll let you know later on. Also ran into Mycroft, which is awesome. Got to speak to them. Didn't meet the CEO there, but I spoke to some of the guys on their team. Got to see the Mark II, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Like a super nice design. They had
Cute,
some prototypes
right?
there. Yeah. Then I also went to the Avnet booth and got to see Hackster. Got to meet our partners there. Got to meet Adam, which is the CEO of Hackster. Got to see Alex again. And then afterwards, they had a special dinner where they invited around 100 people, rented out a whole restaurant in one of the casinos. We all had a really nice time. Yeah. And then at the Avnet booth, I also spoke to one of the guys that runs Element 14 Presents. So connected with him, and we'll be you'll be seeing a lot more things that we'll be doing with Element 14 Presents and Project 14 later on this year. So I guess that's more or less who I saw. Saw a lot of cool tech there. One big theme that I saw just throughout the show was Google Assistant everywhere. Amazon was here and there, but Google Assistant really was everywhere. So much so that, Google, in the parking lot of one of the convention center in Las Vegas, they made a entire 2-story building, and within that they made a ride, which I rode. And it was, it was a slow ride. It's not a roller coaster, but it was a ride on a track, and it was just taking you through a narrated song with a bunch of I don't know if you've ever been to It's a Small World in Disney, how you go through it and there's all these robots and whatever little caricatures doing things and singing songs. That's essentially what the Google ride was like. It was pretty funny. They had some jokes. They weren't afraid to make fun of themselves. They started off the ride saying this is obviously a marketing stunt.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was funny. It wasn't cringy.
Okay, that's good.
But additionally to that, Google had people in fully dressed in white as if they were gonna go snowboarding, all white clothing with a white beanie and some looked like just little balls colored the same colors as Google Assistant on the head, and they just stationed those people at, it seemed like every single booth that had Google Assistant. If it was a clock that had Google Assistant, they had a Google Assistant person there to help out. And then at the bigger booths, they had an entire soundproof Google Assistant room, so you could actually try it out, because in CES it's loud, so you can't properly try things. But it was amazing how much money and effort they put into promoting Google Assistant everywhere. Amazon had I think, well, I saw one Amazon booth where they had an actual booth like for the Amazon Key thing where you can like enter your, well, the Amazon delivery guys can enter your house to drop off the package.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of creepy. It seemed like now they were
Yeah.
transitioning. Okay, let's do it with garage and not the house.
Yeah.
Which is nicer. Yeah. But yeah, Google was everywhere there. Yeah, and besides that, I didn't really look at much of the TVs or anything like that, although I passed by one 8K TV, which I was just walking through the hall really quickly, but when I saw that, I stopped, because it was so amazing. I was...
The quality? Like
yeah, the quality. Like I just saw it from the corner of my eye, and the resolution was just so high that I had to stop to look at it. It looked like I was looking through a window. That's how good it was.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Hey everyone. So we were having some issues with the stream. Let's see if it's working now.
Yeah.
Give us a second to figure this out.
Oh, looks like it's good. Okay, interesting. Not sure what happened there. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah.
But
so I guess let's backtrack.
Okay.
And go back to what I was talking about in CES.
Okay. Yeah.
Just in case, because I'm not sure how much was saved.
Do you want to check real quick? Just like go back a little.
Yeah.
All right. So we're just gonna go back and make sure, just check how much of the stream actually went through the first time, and then like basically start up where people stopped hearing us. So we're doing that. Give us a minute.
Actually, it seems fine now. Okay.
So
yeah. So it got all the CES
got
stuff.
CES
so let's just continue then from Sean and Connor's project.
Cool. All right. So Sean and Connor's project. Don't know if you already heard me. I might say it. I'll just say it again. But post on our projects category if you have finished or unfinished projects, just for fun. And so Sean and Connor posted their project here. It was really nice because they posted in November saying like, oh, we're working on this. Look, they posted this nice picture. And then they sent a link to the trailer and, you know, said like, oh, it was coming soon because they're still working on it. And then here, 5 days ago, they finally posted it, which is really nice because they kind of got to see the progress. So here, I'm going to show you all little clips. I'll go straight to YouTube, so it's bigger.
Is brought to you by
So you want to describe first, like, what it is?
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. So basically, the project is like a 4D game engine. So they basically try to bring, like, they have a VR headset. And they this is the camera. I also forget. Okay,
yes,
they basically used a VR headset and tried to also bring like, you know, like the feeling and the sounds like into the real world. So they have like lightning sounds. It's basically called Sleepwalker, and it's basically the premise of the game, if I remember correctly, is that, you know, Connor is sleepwalking or someone is sleepwalking, and you don't want to wake them up. But you kind of have to like go through the house and like see where they are. Like, you know, it's all dark. You can't turn the lights on, or they'll wake up. And and so it's kind of like scary in a sense. And so there's like lightning noises. There's like weird, like, you know, light, and you know, they have this thing at the end, which we'll see in the video. So they kind of talk about in the video. It's really nice. So they kind of basically first like set it up, like, oh, he has VR, and they have this cool idea, and then they kind of talk about
like microcontrollers, power regulators, and
the
also
tech
motor
they
drivers.
use, which is a lot.
Pre-bought, prefabricated prototyping units. What we want to now move on to is making our own motherboards.
So they make a lot of their own like boards, but they also use a lot of consumer boards. And so obviously one of the ones they use is the Matrix Creator, which they talk about here. Let's see.
Let's look at our lineup of devices to pull this off.
I don't know if y'all can hear the video.
Has all the good stuff the Arduino Uno had, plus Wi-Fi.
Let's skip to the good part, where they talk about the Matrix Creator.
Positions has a few pins that you can control. Some transistors and relays, you can make anything happen. Last, we have what we consider the boss of MakerBoards. The
Boss of
Matrix
MakerBoards.
It has just about everything. It can sense all positions, has a mic array that can sense sound direction, talks to Zigbee, has IR, it even has a cool ever loop, an FPGA. Since it sits on top of a Raspberry Pi, you can code it with Python, JavaScript, C++, and just about any other language of choice. We'll never outgrow this one when it comes to our projects.
That's pretty
We'll also
fun.
make pretty good use of these.
And then we can skip ahead to, so they do a lot of, they make the game in Unity, and then they have like the logic for the code when they're doing like, and they have a lot of WebSockets, and that's how they're connecting to the different like boards and devices.
Okay.
And that's how they're also connecting to the Matrix Creator. So they do a lot of their coding in the Arduino IDE. So that's pretty cool, seeing through that, and then they like, actually record the audio that plays. And like they basically go all out, like all aspects of it they like thought about.
Oh my god!
So it's like super cool. And then they do their some of their own proto board designs in Eagle, and it's just a very highly recommend watching this video. If you go on our community, you'd be able to find it. We could also link it.
We can link it in the description of the stream.
Description of the stream. Mm-hmm. And so there's a little, so this is like the lightning, these are the lightning lights, and this is the logic actually, but there's a, here, matrix to play heartbeat sound, so this is actually where they're sending like commands to the matrix, like, right here, and so it's pretty fun because you kind of get to see how it's working, and there's like a little demo at the end, which is kind of what I want to show you all, where they have like their relative play the game.
Oh, the couch!
So apparently the couch is moving.
No!
Oh my god. The lights
Did
flicker.
the chair just move?
And then they have her go somewhere to the basement for some reason. I guess part of the game. So under that white sort of that white cover is the Matrix Creator.
Oh really?
Yeah, so they actually have a picture of it somewhere in the video, or like a clip of it in the video as well, when they like cover it up.
Oh really?
Yeah, so that's really funny.
Oh,
so that was
cool.
really fun to watch.
Yeah, you guys should for sure go watch it. You can just search on YouTube for 4D Gaming Engine with Matrix Creator, or go on our community, community.matrix.one in the projects tab, and you'll be able to find it there. Mm-hmm. So that's really cool. Yeah, I need to. We should invite Sean and Connor back to the live stream to talk about the game. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. Wow.
All right.
Cool. So so next announcement is Arm DevDay. So in case you don't know, we are doing this workshop with Arm, Hackster, Arm and Hackster, and it's basically called Arm DevDay. It's a whole day of workshops that Arm is doing with a bunch of their innovators from their innovator program. So it starts at 9 a.m. PST on January 22nd? Yep, January 22nd. And once they do the intro of everything, Rex from Arm, we've met him a couple times, does the keynote, then we're going to be doing a 2-hour-long workshop showing you how to use the Matrix Creator with Snips.ai to do some really cool things, basically showing you how to set it all up, how to use it with the Arm microcontroller on the Matrix Creator. And yeah, it's going to be really fun, and we really think you should join it. So if you want to check it out, you should go to events.hackster.io/armdevday. Yeah. And in case you don't already have a Matrix Creator on the site, you can see where to purchase it. They have a link in order to purchase everything you need, the Creator, Pi, power supply, and an image already with everything you need. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's Arm DevDay. So that's Tuesday of next week, right?
Yes, I think so.
Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday. So check that out. And then what's the other announcement? Oh,
The
the
last thing
kits.
was the kits,
So
yeah.
last year, at the end of the year, around December 14th, we released these Matrix kits and a redone educator section of our website. So the kits basically are whether a Matrix Creator or a Matrix Voice with a Raspberry Pi, all the spacers, a nice case so you can see the pictures on the site, the power supply, an SD card pre-flashed already with all of our libraries, Raspbian, and a program that runs on boot so that the first time you plug it in, it does a rainbow LED sequence on the Everloop for 10 seconds just so you can see it's working. And yeah, so we released these kits. We've actually had a lot of sales with them. I was surprised. We're currently ordering more kits. Luckily, we ordered a bunch of supplies to make the kits ahead of time, so we're pretty good there on inventory. But yeah, a lot of kits are coming out, and yeah, you should go check them out. It's really good for if you're a student in university, middle school, high school, or you just want to give this to somebody techie that wants to get their hands dirty. Well, programming wise, with hardware, and yeah, so you can get the kit to do that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I think that is basically what we had for you all. We just wanted to sort of remind you of the kits that we came out with last year, because we think they're super nice plug and play for students especially, and kind of you talk about Arm DevDay, which is coming up super soon, and super excited about that, and just talk about CES and just kind of get these live streams kickstarted for this year.
Yeah.
So
next week we're doing Arm DevDay, the workshop. So we won't be having a live stream because the workshop is live. But then the week after, we will be having a live stream. We'll be interviewing. Do we already have any interviews scheduled? Yeah. So we'll be interviewing somebody from SNPs, probably Genia, I think.
Yeah, they haven't decided which person yet.
Yeah, but we'll be interviewing someone from SNPs, so it blends in well with doing the Creator Arm Dev Day with SNPs, and we'll be doing I guess in that live stream maybe, or in the Arm Dev Day, we'll give you a little sneak peek of something that we're working on with SNPs. Yeah, so with that, I think we're pretty much done. Covered everything. So yeah, if you want to purchase the kits, you can go to our website, matrix.one, or store.matrix.one. And you can visit our community on community.matrix.one if you have any questions, if you want to check out the project that Sean and Connor made. And yeah, follow us on Twitter at matrix_creator. And I think that's it.
That's great. All right.
Cool. Great.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.